Welcome to another film photography road trip. It's been a minute since we've done this. We're gonna go for a drive, we're gonna see some salt, and I've also got a very nice bumper sticker to get us started. Marshall looks confused behind the camera. You don't get it?
No.
We'll put this on and we'll get started.
Yep, looks like that's where it's going.
Nice.
I don't think it'll come off.
Look at that.
I need a light meter right now.
Well, wanna go see an abandoned town? We're heading into Grindavík. You've probably seen the headlines, the volcanic footage, the slow, inevitable creep of molten earth. This is the place. The old road is now gone, swallowed. What's left is a new black ribbon of asphalt winding across fresh lava fields. You're not allowed to stop your car on it. We're passing through the berm now. A massive wall of earth they built to hold back the lava. It's like trying to stop the tide with sandbags. The city's empty. Mostly. Officially evacuated. The government's offered to buy people out. Packages, paperwork, and polite incentives to let go of what was once home. A few have stayed behind, but for the most part, the lights are off. We used to stop here, gas up, get hot dogs. Icelanders do that, it's a thing. Now, it's closed. Probably for good. Grindavík was a working town, a fishing town, a place built by people who knew how to endure. But lava doesn't care about grit, it doesn't negotiate, it just keeps coming. And one day soon, maybe tomorrow, this place will be gone. Reclaimed, because out here, nature doesn't ask permission. Here we are in Grindavík. And as you can see, the berm here, they've made a lava berm to fortify the city. And it's been under somewhat constant evacuation for the past probably maybe 2-3 years. A beautiful, bright, sunny day. We're into the 24 hours of daylight, so it just never gets dark. This is what it is all day. It's a little darker than this, but the sun kind of just hits the horizon and then drags across it and then goes back up. And it's, what is this, like 15 degrees Celsius and beautiful? It's a nice day to be in a partially abandoned city. Some people stuck around. We saw some cars on the way in. And throughout this video, I pretty much only brought Portra 800, so it's gonna be a lot of Portra 800. I joke with my friend Panda Plush, who develops all the film you're gonna see, that we always shoot the incorrect film. So out here, we'll shoot something like 500T, and then when we actually need 500T, we'll shoot Ektachrome. So in this video, Portra 800, pretty much all day. And I shot a few rolls in Mexico last week, and I overexposed them quite a lot, maybe 2 or 3 or 5 stops. And I really, really like the look. So I'm going to overexpose everything by maybe 1.5, 2 stops, because I like that feel. Although I don't know if that vibe goes with what we're photographing today. I feel like this needs to be like a bang-on exposure cleaner. That's a weird sounding bird. That might be one. I got one good photo this trip. Marshall says we'll see about that. But it's amazing that the city is abandoned and everything isn't looted and graffitied, that it's just clean, left as it is. So shout out to the people of Iceland for not being the people that would do something like that. It's a very strange day, but it's very relaxing to just be out here. It's so weird. I guess everything's gonna be at like F11 today. Spend all day out here. I feel like it's also important because there's a pretty decent chance that this probably isn't going to exist forever. So I feel like there's more value in documenting it, because it's not just a random YouTube video. But I feel like it's important for the future. It's real estate photography. My passion. I loaded it properly. I usually have too much anxiety and I need to see it rolling around in there and that it's flush here. But they already thought of that. You just put the film in, close it, and then do the advance. Let's continue our tour. It's very uplifting. I have the 28 Elmerit because I did not need to bring any sort of Summa Cron or Lux because I felt like I'm not going to be shooting it anywhere near wide open. And so far that story checks out at f11. I saw blue and I saw green and I thought it would make a nice photo. I don't know, maybe this lamppost with the shadow, maybe that's the photo here. This is probably the photo that I absolutely came here to get. LED lamppost. Boy, do I have a treat for you. It's gonna be very disappointing. So I brought a medium format camera, which is exciting, but it's a Hoga, which is less exciting, but it's a panoramic Hoga, which is a little more exciting. I've never used it. I'm not confident in the quality of the lens, but we're gonna load it up. Here it is. On the back it says use ISO 400 film for best effects. There's 2 hot shoes on this, so you can get real creative. Viewfinder up top. It spins the opposite direction that I would have expected. And then the lens and the focus is the same as a regular Hoga, where you have this switch that maybe is f8, maybe f11, and then you have focus. So set to mountain mode because we're photographing mountains. Does anyone else even make a panoramic medium format camera? Should anyone? Okay. Not sounding great. We got one in the car. How about that? Car panel? Look at this row. Okay. We got some stuff to work with. And the shutter is conveniently placed on the front of the lens here. And it looks like there's some good light leaks in there. Sounded good. Now my question is, I probably don't go to 2 because I'm shooting probably 2 negatives, right? I'm gonna go to 3. I think 3 is the right call. Got quiet there. It makes me nervous. You want one in the car? Ah, car is in the horizon, or the road horizon. Nope, not good. All right, back to the regular scheduled Leica programming. Driving in Iceland is fun, like really fun. The roads are smooth, you've got cell service almost anywhere near a main road, and that main road, it winds through some of the most ridiculous scenery you've ever seen. From volcanic rock to moss plains to landscapes that look like the moon or Mars, and it changes every 20 minutes. Iceland can't really decide what kind of planet it wants to be. Rent a car for sure though, don't book a bus tour. Seriously, half the magic of this place is pulling off the road because something looks interesting, maybe a waterfall with no name, or a horse that wants to be your friend, or a hot spring you found in the middle of nowhere. We're on our way to the West Fjords, which is a bit of a drive. We gotta get to the salt. And we're here for a grocery pickup. I've never been to the West Fjords, but apparently it's pretty remote, which means I'm sure there's a grocery store, but where we're going, there might not be. I know there's a gas station where we're going, so that's nice. But other than that, I have no idea. Leica M7, Portra 800, and a 50mm Summicron, made in Canada. Pretty nice scene, right? It's also 20 degrees Celsius right now in Iceland. And perfectly blue sky, not one cloud. We couldn't purchase a cloud if we wanted to. We're here at Saltverk. And they've been making handcrafted salt for a while here, and they take the water from there and they do something, and then eventually it ends up in my hand and on my food. I'm not sure how that happens yet, but we're gonna go find out. Here we are, Saltverk.
Welcome.
Where are we?
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. Basically, yeah, we are located here because of high quality ocean water. I mean, pristine, and there's no pollution around. Basically, we're constantly pulling the ocean water from the fjord. We have 2 pipelines going into the fjord, pulling the ocean water here into the filtering system, where we have the reverse osmosis system too, where we separate fresh water from salt water. It's not extremely complicated, just it's very challenging because you're constantly fighting with nature, basically. Yeah. The area here is very geothermally active. That's also one of the reasons why the production is located here. The groundwater is at around 97 degrees Celsius.
Blue skies, 20 degrees Celsius. I can't help but think we're getting the tourist version of the West Fjords. A week ago, it was a snowstorm. The guys told me to bring chains for the mountain passes. Real chains, real snow, not metaphorical. But today, it's calm. Suspiciously calm. This place is usually volatile and wild, but today it's playing nice. It's easy to be seduced by the perfect day in 24 hours of sunlight, but come back in winter and you'll find a different story. Just over 2 hours of daylight, winds that howl like they're trying to tear this place off the map, cold that seeps into your bones and makes you question your life choices. And the people? They adapt. Your friends are also your coworkers, your neighbors, your entire social circle. And that's just how it works up here. It has to. This is making salt the hard way, in a place that doesn't make things easy. And that's what makes it worth remembering. Also, their product is incredible. It's in Michelin star restaurants all around the world.
Instead of gas station hot dogs, they let me dress them myself, so.
Nice for you. It's day 1. We landed at 6 a.m. after a red eye from Canada, and instead of taking it easy, we did the obvious thing and drove 6 hours straight into the forgotten edge of the country. North, past sheep, volcanoes, and gas stations that double as diners and tourist information centers, up into the West Fjords. It's the part of Iceland they don't put on postcards. A jagged claw-like appendage jutting off the northwest edge of the country like a geographical afterthought. Few tourists make it here, and few people, period. No tour buses, no signs in 5 languages, just salt made the old way, hand-harvested from Arctic seawater, geothermally dried in open pans. No machines, no shortcuts. It's slow, stubborn work. But in Iceland, that seems to be the point. This isn't on anyone's bucket list. There's no top 10 artisan salt plants you have to see before you die video. And yet, I will remember it here for a long time. That's the thing about travel. The best parts are rarely the ones you plan. You follow a hunch, a sign, a salty rumor, and if you're lucky, you end up somewhere really strange and real. It's 24 hours of daylight now. Midnight feels like 4 p.m. or maybe 10 a.m. Our bodies are still on Canadian time. And there's no real sense of when the day starts or ends. It just keeps going. We found our way here because I saw there were hot tubs on the side of the road. And I thought this would be a perfect end to day 1 here in Iceland. Good morning. The sun didn't set, and it's sunrise again. It's 4 in the morning, all the fishermen are going out. We're gonna go for a drive. Portra 800, Leica MP Leica M7, Fujifilm X106. Let's go tour. We're just gonna drive this way. We don't know what's this way. It's gotta be good. Everything around here is good. We found this lake and I brought all three of my cameras out here. 28, 50. It's nice. There's a bird yelling at me though, and I have to get out of here without stepping on moss. Seems like the road does eventually connect to where we need to go, and we're gonna head over to Reykjavík, and we're going to ride some scooters to a lava show, which is exciting for us. I don't know if that'll be in the video. It's possible. We're crazy here on this channel. We can do whatever we want because it's the adult tour. We can swear. Guess what it is? Portra 800. I bet you couldn't have guessed it. We woke up at 4 a.m. in the West Fjords. When the sun doesn't set, time starts to lose meaning. Golden hour stretches from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m., and you start to wonder if you're chasing the light or if it's chasing you. Eventually, the mountains soften, the potholes get shallower, and the empty becomes familiar. By mid-morning, the jagged roads of the West Fjords gave way to the flat, sensible sprawl of Reykjavík. And because, why not, we went full tourist. The lava show. Yes, really. They take real volcanic rock from the Katla eruption, melt it down in a furnace that runs on methane from a landfill, and they make real lava in front of you. It was ridiculous and also educational. We had a great time. I would recommend it. Then, we did nothing, which in Reykjavík on a day like this, 20 degrees, no wind, blue skies, is quite an event. Patio, people watching, locals in t-shirts like it's summer in Spain. I've actually used more sunscreen on this trip than I have when we were in Majorca just a few months ago. Tomorrow, we're going looking for puffins, getting on a ferry to the Westman Islands, which is also a place that not a lot of tourists find their way to. You've probably driven past the entrance to the ferry if you've ever driven the south coast here. We're gonna get on that boat, we're gonna go see some puffins. Although it's still kind of early season, but hopefully they're there. We're on our way to Westman Islands, and I brought something special for this trip. I loaned this from my friends at BJ Photo, and it is the 135 Elmerit, which comes with goggles. So now my camera looks ridiculous, but it will help me get two things. One of those is obviously puffin photos, not from the boat, but two, it will hopefully get me close enough to get a shot of what is deemed the loneliest house in the world. And I think Portra 800 is going to do a nice job with the greens of the island. Is it considered street photography if you're on a boat? Find out at 11. There's just a dog in the... So you can't rewind your film with this lens on. You can't hit the... There we go. All right, we're approaching the photo, the first photo of the trip. The second photo is coming into harbor because it's really nice. And I'm a little nervous that 135 is actually going to be too much. I might switch back to my 90 because it's a little more ergonomic to use. How about that ride in? It was really nice and lovely. Lots of nice pictures. Saw a dog. Saw the loneliest house in the world. I think I'm gonna go for the 90mm lens on the boat ride back. I feel like that's the, maybe I was a little too close. I don't know yet. We'll figure that out in post once I see it. And now we're gonna go see some puffins at the top of the hill. But I think every single car that was on the ferry just all went from the ferry straight up there. But I guess we're part of the problem too. Here we are, puffin lookout with the ridiculous 135 with the goggles on the M7. And I think I'm getting some good puffin photos. Oh, I missed that one for sure. It's a puffin butt. Oh, that's my roll. Ends on a puffin butt. It's actually the last roll of Portra 800 I have. So now I'll be switching to Portra 400, as well as maybe Kodak Gold to come later in this video. Puffins are the corgis of the sky. You can identify a puffin from other birds because they're just trying way too hard to stay in flight. They're also a bit of a mystery. You can see a bunch of them just bobbing out here. That's what they do all winter. That they're here in the summertime to do their breeding things in the same spot they come every year. But the rest of the year, in winter, they're just bobbing out there in the ocean somewhere. And I don't know, if you're on a cruise, New York to London, you're on the Titanic too, maybe you're gonna see a lot of puffins. I don't know. I'm gonna try to isolate some against the green now. I have a few in the sky. And I'm gonna switch to my other camera that has Portra 400 loaded in it. I might go back to the 90. I feel like the 90, the focus is a little bit easier and more forgiving. I'll have to crop in, which isn't great, but it gives me a little bit more field of view. So I'm not gonna miss the puffin or have them compose in a very, very weird spot. Here comes one. So that was a bit of a mystery. Hopefully I had one good photo in there. And if not, at least I learned something. I learned that a rangefinder manual focus Leica is not the correct tool for the BOF, just birds in flight. So yeah, that was a bit of a mystery. Hopefully got one or two. Otherwise, we had a nice time out here. Still perfect weather conditions. This is, I think, Iceland is maybe one of the top 3 windiest places in the world. And I think specifically Westman Islands is the windiest place in all of Iceland. And today, 0 wind, sunshine, 25 degrees Celsius, 3 days in a row now. It's just the same day over and over again. We've discovered that there is a viewpoint on the island of these two rocks here. So I'm going to take some pics because it looks really nice, right? We're also on a volcano. If you turn around, it's just new Earth. The ergonomics of this are a 4. They are not good. But I am happy I have the goggles. You can take them off this lens, but I'm happy I have them because it actually allows me to use the rangefinder at 135, which I previously thought was impossible. Yeah, I think the 90 is the right choice for this. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday. You forgot about it, but I still got this Hoga panorama. And I'm waiting for the yellow boat to come back into this area because I feel like that was really cool. I also got a shot this way too. And I hope it's nice. I wish I would have brought a better medium format camera now, knowing how good the light's probably gonna get today and how nice the photos are gonna be.
Good morning, the passenger Saltverk on board verificeer Iceland captain today. Estimated sail time to Westman Islands about 40 minutes.
You don't just stumble upon the Westman Islands. You have to want to go there. You have to get the ferry ticket, wake up early, good weather if you're lucky. Today, we were really lucky. Clear skies, calm sea, the kind of crossing where the wind just brushes your face instead of trying to rip it off. Photography opportunities on the ferry ride over, I am very happy with. The loneliest house in the world, or so it's been called. Alone on a volcanic outcrop, actually a hunting cabin. The Westman Islands are beautiful, but they don't make it easy. It's usually windy, always. The kind of wind that blows horizontal and cuts through layers. People here, though, are tough. They have to be. These islands were formed by fire, and this town was almost buried in 1973. They dug themselves out, rebuilt. If you want the same photos that everyone else has, go where everyone else goes. But if you want something different, check out the Westman Islands. It's also a strange satisfaction that comes from rolling the dice and getting it right. We had a great time here, but tomorrow we're on our way to Hotel Ranga, out where the skies are exactly the same, but the roads are a little more busy. My friend Gabe McClintock is waiting. Well, he's hosting a wedding photography workshop, but that's tomorrow. Tonight, we rest in the 24 hours of daylight. pump, and we've come to Vik specifically for the noodle shop and the gas station. I'm really excited. Happy birthday. All right, what are you up to right now?
Just getting my gear.
Getting your gear? That's pretty exciting.
Sure is, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
open
high
the
quality
door.
footage right now.
It looks beautiful.
It does.
The lighting is incredible. Black Sand Beach. And that was the longest day of the trip. We woke up at 5 a.m. in the Westman Islands, no alarm needed. It's already light out. And the silence. The fog sat low and golden. The morning marine layer on a calm morning. The ferry back to mainland was empty. A few travelers, a few locals, but mostly just space. And in that space, that quiet, made room for photographs that felt different. We found beauty in the unexpected, in the peeling paint and the drifting seabirds, in the rhythm of the engine and the sound of the ocean breathing. From there, the road took us to Hotel Ranga, a warm welcome at the edge of Iceland's vast southern coast. There we joined one of the most thoughtful, intentional wedding photographers I know, Gabe McClintock, for a one-day workshop. It was less about posing and more about seeing, less about technique and more about presence. This whole journey wasn't about ticking off a bucket list, it was about chasing the kind of moments that don't make sense on paper. A hand-harvested salt workshop in the West Fjords? Not exactly trending on TikTok yet, but I'll remember it forever. Lava melting in a warehouse furnace powered by landfill methane? Odd. Brilliant. Puffins, hot tubs by the side of the road, ferry rides into the fog. We covered a lot of ground in miles and in meaning, and if there's one thing I'll leave you with, let's get out there, take the strange path, say yes to the indirect route, drive 6 hours to nowhere, miss sleep, eat something weird, because that's where the stories are, that's where the good stuff hides, and that's what makes a trip worth taking. See you again next time.